Who is he? He's some kind of lunatic.
I couldn't have remained silent. She is my wife.
Who the hell is he? Is this for real?
I hope there isn't a mistake.
Shannon, you all right? Everyone, please remain calm.
That's enough.
Who are you, sir? You made a very serious accusation.
It's no accusation, Reverend. I've but spoken the truth as you've asked. It's my duty as a Scot to prevent this unlawful union.
This guy's crazy.
More lovely than ever, Aaron. Yet even an Irish princess cannot have more than 2 husbands at once.
Remain seated.
It's just like a movie.
Everyone, please. You better come forward and explain this, sir. I think this must be a case of mistaken identity.
I think I know my wife when I see her.
Folks, if we could just have your patience, I'm sure we can clear this up and get on with the ceremony, please.
Duncan McKechnie? I thought you were dead.
You know this man?
No. You died in an avalanche. Avalanche.
Earl, you look well. How long has it been? 8 years. Aaron's but a wee lassie of 18.
What the hell is going on
Wait,
here?
Brian, now, don't get excited.
Don't get
darling.
excited. Shannon and I are about to get married here. Everybody in the church is here that we know, and you tell me this man comes in...
Wait. I'm sure there's just a mistake of something that can certainly be
Is Shannon
explained.
married to this guy?
No.
Yeah.
And you've known about this all along?
I thought he was dead. I mean, he was buried in snow and ice. It was in all the papers.
I'm sure she thought I was dead as well. And I hope she mourned for me a little, Earl.
I didn't even know she knew you.
Let's get this straight. How do you know Shannon?
Now, Brian, now just remember, Shannon is the woman you love, and you trust her. Now, this is the
Don't
time
talk to me about
test
trust here, Lisa.
No, wait a minute. Just let me take care of this. Mr. McKechnie, I'm sure that... No, wait, shh. I am sure that there's just a misunderstanding of some kind of this relationship you so-called have with the bride.
There's no misunderstanding about our relationship, madam.
All right. I don't want to offend you, and I really don't want to hurt your feelings in any way, but it really does seem strange to me that you would have married Shannon.
Why do you keep calling her Shannon?
Aaron.
No, whoever. That you would marry this girl, Shannon, and then just before your so-called demise and this avalanche, I mean, I think this is really a bad joke, if you ask me. And then, at the last minute, when you found out that you were alive, why didn't you get in contact with her and say, baby, I'm alive, huh? Well, all right, now, I don't know what your game is, but I am convinced that you're here for some reason, and I think probably that reason is to just kind of upset this marriage ceremony, huh?
And maybe you'd like me to explain.
Yes, I would.
My young wife is an elusive creature. For several years now, I have not seen nor heard from her. Imagine my surprise when I opened the magazine, the International Flair, and saw her picture being fitted for a bridal gown.
Brian. Come on now. Get here.
Well, I took the first plane from Edinburgh. As you can see, there are a few legalities that need straightened out.
I'm getting
Brian, wait. Brian.
Here, now you just wait. You wait a minute. No, you're not. Now remember, this is her wedding day.
My wedding day,
Well,
too.
all right, but you love her, and you be kind to her.
Brian, leave her alone.
Now, wait. Now, Earl, now you stay where you are, too, because the children need to talk this over. They certainly need to do so.
Are you all right? Mr. McKechnie, have you any proof that Shannon O'Hara is your lawfully wedded wife?
Not with me, but...
Duncan!
You can ask her yourself.
My niece never married you, Duncan.
Ask her, Earl. Ask her. And perhaps you'll explain to me why the Reverend Father here keeps calling her Shannon O'Hara.
Well, it's a very long story. It's another chapter in my niece's life. It's a very confusing book.
This isn't the look of the Irish, Harriet.
You've got to talk to Brian and explain.
Oh, it's no use. He would never forgive me. How could he? He's just been embarrassed in front of all of his family and his friends. This is a nightmare. This is my worst nightmare come true. And it's all my fault that I never told Brian anything about it.
Okay. Explain it to me.
Now, Brian, I want you to stay calm.
I am calm.
No, you're not. Now, Shannon can explain this, but you have to stay calm and listen.
Tell me this is a joke. A very tasteless joke, but a joke nonetheless. The man is a lunatic prankster, and you thought it would be interesting to have him fly over here and disrupt the wedding, right?
No, that's not it.
Oh, Shannon, I know that you're not a conventional woman. I know that you didn't want a conventional wedding, but I also think I know that you wouldn't deliberately try to commit bigamy. I mean, the man is a lunatic. He's mistaken or lying or something.
Not exactly.
Not exactly.
Oh, Brian, you must hate me so much.
Oh, Shannon, I'm really trying to understand this. You and Earl, you thought he was dead, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Well, not exactly. Oh, Earl did. Earl did. And I did too. Until recently.
Oh, but you and Mr. Bagpipes were never married. I mean, you can't have two husbands.
Yes, I know.
I know you wanted an unconventional wedding, but you can only have one husband at a time.
And this is very hard for me to explain. I don't expect you to understand.
But you've got to try, Shannon.
Shannon, I just want to know one thing. Are you his wife?
I think so.
But you thought he was dead, right? Under a ton of snow. I mean, you thought you were an avalanche widow, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, God, I have to get this out. Okay, all right. I did think Duncan was dead. Until about a week ago, I found out that he was alive, and then I just went crazy because the wedding was coming
this
up.
explains your prenuptial jitters.
Yes. But you see, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was right. It was all so complicated, Brian. If I'd only not had those stingers.
Those stingers. Jeez, I just know this is going to make sense if you just keep on. You know, come on.
Yeah, all right. I was 18 years old, only 18, and I was living on the French Riviera with my uncle, and I went to this party, and then Duncan went to this party, and he was wearing the same thing that he was wearing today.
And you fell in love with his niece?
No. Okay. Now, this is what gets difficult. You see, I never really met Duncan.
But you married him.
Okay. Now, this is the part that we've really got to concentrate on. All right. Duncan brought over this wild green concoction called a stinger. Well, I fell in love with it, and I started drinking a lot of them, and you can imagine the effect of several.
And where was your loving uncle while you were getting smashed on the French Riviera at 18?
Earl was in Bangkok.
Yes, that is the problem. That is the problem. He was visiting friends for the weekend.
Why do I believe this?
Well, he wanted me to go with him. If only I had. But I wasn't feeling well the morning that he left, and so he went alone. And then I went alone to the party, and there I was with Duncan plying me with stingers.
And you married him?
Well, you see, that's the part I don't remember. After about the fifth stinger, the green just kind of turned into this weird whirlwind. And I don't know what happened. The last thing that I do remember is waking up in Duncan's villa the next morning on the couch. I was in no way dishabillé.
No French,
Right,
please.
I wasn't undressed. I was fully clothed. And then Duncan came out with coffee and called me Mrs. McKechnie, and that's the first I knew that we were married.
You know, you really have to remember, Brian, she was only 18.
Well, what are we going to do now?
Okay.